That's what
For
it was.
sure. And so, I mean, obviously you were watching South Carolina again do what they did. They already had Steve Spurrier, legendary head coach, and you get there, 2010, you're watching the guys, obviously go to the SEC title game, first time ever in school history. The program is on the rise, beat number 1 Alabama. The program is on the rise. So, I mean, I think it was a great decision by you. You jump on into a great program. I mean, it's kind of like the opposite of how we feel right now as South Carolina fans. Like when you're winning, everybody's happy. Everybody's happy-go-lucky. Everything's just great, like whatever. So you jump on at a beautiful time. Just talk about that. I'm assuming you probably went to like a walk-on tryout day or whatever they probably said, or just talk about how that kind of came about. Like, did you approach Coach Spurrier, an assistant coach, or like what was the process there to get on the team?
Yeah, I mean, and just for anybody who, wants to have to walk on, if you don't have that opportunity to be a any type of recruit, you have to know that process. So for me, I knew what position I wanted to play. Broke down film, just from different players. And that's what, if you really want to do it, that's what you have to do, is just break down the film, see what they do good, see what workouts are good for you based on your position. But whenever I went up to USC, I had to gain weight because I was like 140 something pounds in high school. So nobody's going to take, I was
right.
So you're not going to play in the SEC at 143. So I had to gain a lot of weight. So I ended up gaining weight, and we had a walk-on tryout. But I had been working out with some of the players already, with a few of the players. DJ was actually one of them. So we're out there, and it's crazy. One of the coaches, after we do the stretches, the weightlifting coach, he's like, wide receivers over here, wide receivers and cornerbacks over here. Quarterbacks go over here. Linebackers, linemen go over here. And I'm like, well, where do running backs go? And he just looks at me like, no, did I say anything about running backs? And yeah. So I go over with the wide receivers and the cornerbacks because he didn't say running back. So he was a great coach, by the way. And then next thing I know, like I said, DJ pops out. A few more of the guys who I was working out with, they pop out. And they see me out there, and it went pretty good. The walk-on process, it went pretty good. Got to see Spurrier right after, and that was pretty good.
Right.
And that's one of the props I always give him, because even right after the walk-on tryout, I mean, I'm just a walk-on. I'm not, somebody he knows about really. So he just comes up to me, fist bump, hey, what's your name? Just ask me like different questions and stuff like that. In a full-fledged conversation, and it was a real eye-opening experience, just see somebody at that level. And again, I hadn't made a team at this time. I'm just looking like, oh man, let's go Spurrier. He won this Heisman winner, Coach Heisman, so that's all I'm thinking about. So that was experience, and found out, I think it was like a day or two later, made the team. So
yeah, what were the emotions like for you when you found? Because I mean, obviously, like you said, you felt like you were good enough to play at that level, and you felt confident. But I have to imagine that's a pretty cool feeling. Like you find out you made the team. Like I said too, it's like you made that South Carolina team that like was on the rise, and like you're again, it's just more fun. You're part of a really really good program, and a team that's obviously you saw what you guys you were a part of it, what you guys did in 11 and 12. But yeah, what was the rush of emotions for you like when you found out?
And it was amazing, man. It wasn't even the fact that I made the team. It was more so, like you said, I made the team, and it was on the rise, in the right, and close to home, good academic studies. Like everything was perfect, or seemed to be perfect at that time. And again, we had a really good team. I mean, a great team. And at that time, I was thinking we were going to win a 13, 14 games. That's how good of a team that we actually had, looking back on it. And even right then, just knowing that I would be a part of it, it was awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you just about that comment you just made as far as you thought that, South Carolina win 13, 14 games, probably like compete for a national championship. Was there because obviously you watched it from the sidelines in 2010, but was there a moment for you like in practice where you were like, you looked around, you were like, yo, we're good. Like we're really good.
And it was probably like 10 of those moments, honestly. It was probably.
Yeah, because I guess what? I mean, I don't think he was there yet, but, you joined the squad in spring of 11, and I mean, obviously fall of 11. That was Clowney's freshman year. So, I mean, you just think of some of the players that were on those teams. I mean, you're talking some legends, some guys that are still doing it in the NFL right now, like big-time ball players.
Yeah, I mean, I knew because I saw Melvin. Like we had a guy named a lineman, 6'1", 270. Saw him go up, dunk a basketball. I mean, these
freak athlete.
we might win, and we got the guys to win. And those are, like I said, a lot of times in practice, even after games, during games, just evaluating it. You see where you stand and where your opponent stands at, especially whenever you're really studying it. Yeah.